ready to see those pins.
Yeah.
At the end of it.
Now, when we linked up with the main herd there, right there at the beginning of that pipe fence, then that was just a road march, to the pin. And then we got in that San Antonio Creek, and we just drove that on. And it was just, you couldn't have written a prettier ride or you're just waiting to hear the music because it was beautiful.
I've been at the end of my rope. I've been so beat down I didn't think I would survive. But then you came along and gave me hope. Will you ride with me on the drive? We'll go riding down that mountain with a different frame of mind. 2,000 head of cattle marching down an old fence line.
Work them cows on that mule. Look at him. That old blue mule. Whoa, easy. That's it. Line him out, cowboy. Line him out.
In my saddlebag I keep the living word. That's one seed that I can plant down an old fence line. They're gonna see a new man when we finally arrive. Will you ride with me on the drive? In my saddlebag I keep the living word. That's one seed that I can plant, know it will survive. I'll ride along just singing to the herd. Will you ride with me on the drive? We'll go riding down that mountain with a different frame of mind. 2,000 head of cattle marching down an old fence line. They're gonna see a new man when we finally arrive. Will you ride with me on the drive? In my saddlebag I keep the living word. That's one seed that I can plant, know it will survive. I'll ride along just singing to the herd. Will you ride with me on the drive? We'll go riding down that mountain, picking strays up as we ride. 2,000 head of cattle marching down the mountainside. They're gonna see a new man when we finally arrive. Will you ride with me on the drive? They're gonna see a new man when we finally arrive. Will you ride with me on the drive? Will you ride with me on the
Talk about being sore. How'd your body handle that long ride? And were you pretty ready to see those pins?
When I saw those pins, I was like this. Well, that was coming up over that and seeing those pins. I can't hardly express the feeling that we made it. you know, I wasn't sure bringing that horse we could do it or not, to be honest. But seeing those pins, like, yeah, we could.
Well, I wasn't even gonna ask because I didn't want to know, but the guys that have done this before, like, we halfway yet? No, probably not. And then I swear we'd ride for another hour and a half. We halfway yet? Give or take. And then all of a sudden, we were at the pen, so I don't know. I think it was just a mind game.
By the time we got coming up that last big hill, I was ready to see those pins. You know, up until probably, I think, Logan, which is he's one of the cattle owners, he told me we had about 1.5 miles left, and I was glad that was it.
Hallelujah!
You know, every year, every time I come up here, you know, like 30 days, man, I'm long trotting horses and trying to stay in the saddle as much as I can, and I always forget, no matter how much you ride at home, flatland, you're never physically prepared for these mountains. And I'm gonna tell you what, when I saw them pins, I was glad, because now I'm still hurting. That was a long, and if I'd have just stayed on the road, that was my intentions. I'm just gonna stay on the road and, you know, get some cows in front of me. But when cows are leaving and cows are climbing the mountains and there's nobody around, you know, you just got to do what you got to do. And, you know, not only me, boy, I feel sorry for my little horse Snip, because, man, he made a hand today too, but he's pretty sore too. So both of us were glad to see the end.
Oh, I'm telling you, that was a sight for sore eyes to see them realize we were finally at the catch pen. Yeah, and I don't know, that I think that horse, he would have kept on going. He's buddied, he's made friends with different horses here, and he's like, he can't stand being by himself. That's the reason my legs are so tired, just trying to keep him going. But once you get him moving and get him running down a cow or a calf, and I mean, he did great for, I'm guessing, his first time.
I'll tell you what's even better. On the drive today, somehow, some way, I got ahead of everybody else. So it was me, Dewey, and Galen. Well, we met Galen. They went the opposite direction and gathered cattle over at the Stewart, and we met him at the last cattle guard, right before you get to the pens. And that's where everybody holds up the cattle. So when we got there, so Galen was there, Albino, me, Austin, and Dewey. So we brought our big bunch in first. So we're at the pen. And I think it's all God, because, you know, normally it wouldn't work out this way. And I'm riding around thinking, man, I haven't seen anybody all day. You know, I've been by myself most of the time and hadn't got to talk to anybody, ride to anybody, see anybody other than Dewey. Dewey'd pop up every now and then, you know, and help me push something out of off the side of a mountain or something, and he'd disappear and go up ahead. And anyway, but at the end, where it all mattered, all the bumps, the bruises, the scrapes, everything you encountered for them hours on the drive, here they came. And I got to see our team with my own eyes, with that grin from ear to ear, bringing in the cattle, man, for the first time and putting them in those big old pens, you know, and just to see the look on their faces, I was like, I'm glad I was in front, and I was glad I was by myself most of the time, because that right there was more rewarding than anything, to get to see them. And Jim, you know, old Jim, he made a hand today on old Pally Boy, and he come riding in. Oh, it was just, I was amazed, and I was so excited to see the excitement. That, you know, it took a toll on us all. That was a hard ride. But, boy, when they hit the pen, you could tell it was, yeah, we did it. You know, it kind of reminded me of old City Slicker. Yeah, coming in. Bring in the herd.
Old Larry and Jim bringing in their herd, boy. Bringing in the herd. Look at them. Boys are making some cowboys now. Hey!